whether or not I was going to actually make it. But I'm here now. I'm here, feeling like a human again. Thank God for antibiotics. I love them. Every time I have to take them, I hate that I have to take them, but then afterwards it makes such a huge difference. Huge. Oh, no worries, Kimberly. I've been kind of missing myself. I've only been on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Guten Morgen, Andrew. You came! You all came to see me. Guys, I know I said I wanted to do Midsummer. However, I need help with my homework. My homework being the Volumnia monologue towards the end of the show. They're switching it up. I'm like the second to the last now instead of the last. Trying to end on a slightly lighter note. I need to work on it. I need to spend time working on it. So I thought, why not involve you all? How much more boring could it get than Tuesday when I was on here? How worse? How much worse? Tell me. All right. Are you down with that? Are you down with the sickness? Do you care? Can we do that? You can say no, or you can not watch. Too. There's that. Okay, so I don't even know how to start. I have a monologue. This show. Well, you may have, but I had a very long torrid affair with Shakespeare for years afterwards, and apparently I can't quit him. Only this time I'm performing him, Lalo. I'm performing. So in this theater group, Lalo, do you even know about my theater workshop that I didn't know I was going to be in until like the very last minute? Well, thankfully now some smart people have created a website called nofearshakespeare.com. So even if, okay, I did tell you, even if we don't know, we can look it up on the website, and I think that's what we'll do with this monologue, because I feel like I know what I'm saying, but maybe they have a different perspective, and maybe I'm completely wrong, right? First of all, let's read through it, and then we'll talk about what we think it means, and then we'll consult the oracle of the internet and figure out what collectively it means. It's been way over a decade since I've read Coriolanus. And we're not doing Coriolanus. It's hard to explain, but our show is starting out. We're starting out with a dance number, like a modern dance number scene with the Tempest, the storm scene in the Tempest. Well, that's because of me. You're confused because of me, I'm sure. And then we are doing, so it's like a showcase. The show is like a showcase, so it's like things cut up and mishmash together. So it's the Tempest, and then All the World's a Stage monologue, and then we're going into, oh my God, you guys, I'm leaving. Just drink your coffee in peace. And then it's Midsummer Night's Dream, and then we're doing a jazz dance sequence, Rich Man's Frug from Sweet Charity. And then we are doing, somebody's doing a monologue, I think. And then we're going into Romeo and Juliet, specifically the fight scene, which I'm so excited about it. I like ridiculously excited about this fight scene because we get fake swords and we have this whole sword fight choreographed, and I've had the most fun doing it. And I'm gonna look ridiculous, but I don't care. And then like Juliet's monologue, and then Mark Antony's monologue, Mark Antony and Julius Caesar. Hello, Malik. And when he's like, it's the monologue where, is it Julius Caesar? It's the monologue where he's like, play havoc on the city. He's like basically telling everybody to like rape and pillage the town, which leads into perfectly into my monologue, Lemnia's monologue, in which she's basically telling Coriolanus not to burn Rome to the ground. I would love one. I'm on antibiotics. Did I tell you that? Feel sorry for me. Actually don't, because I'm so happy that I'm on them, and I had a minor scare because you guys know my situation right now, and so I went to the doctor and everything's like, as far as checking in and everything. Oh, thank you. You love my shirt? I got it, and I'm like, I ordered it online, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work for me. This looks a bit I don't know. Like, what do I wear it with? It's birds. Tropical. And it's a bit flashy. Anyway, so I was checked in fine, and I saw the doctor, and they ordered a whole blood panel and all this jazz. And then she's like, you need it's a teacher shirt. It is. It's a teacher, but she's on summer vacation. And she's gone on yeah. I mean, my all my blood work and stuff hasn't come back, but she's like, you just need antibiotics. I'm like, cool. But this shirt is totally like, I'm a teacher, but I am on summer vacation, but like my other like very nerdy, unattractive teacher friends and I are going to Mexico or somewhere, but we're not going to do anything cool. We're just going to go visit like the archaeological sites and then go back to our hotel rooms and recuperate from the oppressive heat that we've suffered from that day because we're white. No. You feel me though. Anyway, then I went to go pick up my antibiotics at the pharmacy, and they were like, you're not on this. Like, I gave them my insurance card, and they were like, no, you're not on no. Does this look like a Tequila Body Shot shirt to you? I love it because it has which you can't see, but it's actually cinched at the waist. It's very tailored. And the what do you call it? The front end of it looks similar to like a man's vest. It has like an angled whatever. Anyway, so they were like, I only need this small like regular antibiotics, and they were like, that'll be $56. Like, I've never paid over $10 for like basic antibiotics. It's always like $8. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you're not on this thing. So anyway, I had this whole freak out where, oh my God, I'm been dropped from my insurance, and like I barely slept last night worrying about this shit. But I got it sorted this morning, so it's fine. All of which is to say nothing other than drama. I know. Drama that I did not need, and and I realized it was latent, this like fear about my insurance has just been like latent. I've just been so worried about getting dropped, and like, what if something happened to me? What if it wasn't just a basic, like I just needed basic $8 antibiotics? What if? The thing is, guys, we can't live. It's no place to live. We can't live in the what ifs. We have to live in the here and now, day by day, right? So the here and now is that I have this monologue, and I need to figure out. Yay, Kelly. Good morning. I need to figure out how I'm going to deliver this. And like, it's been so long since I've read Coriolanus. Like I have just the basic rudimentary, like, which, knowing my memory, it may not even be accurate what I'm remembering it, because I don't think I ever really wrote like any like real papers or anything on Coriolanus. Or so Volumnia, should I read it? I'll just read it normal. I'll pause with the commas and pause with the period at the end of the sentence, and we'll see if we can figure this out. Lalo, your fan club's here. Everybody follow Lalo. Maybe we can convince him to start live streaming again. I'm lonely. I actually kind of am. I'm kind of in this place where there's shit to do now. Like there's concerts that I want to go to coming up. Not necessarily now, but like in the fall. And I'm trying to decide if I want to like rustle up somebody to go with me or not. Actually, iambic pentameters is the best because it's like your heartbeat. Da 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 da, right? Or a cantering horse, or whatever else we can think of. This is not iambic pentameter though. Excuse me, I don't want to belch. A bosom buddy, a kindred spirit. Yeah, and like the concerts that I want, or the music that I'm into isn't necessarily the same music that like my friends are into. Shocking. Anyway. Kelly, do you want to drive 20 hours from Texas to go to a 2-hour concert with me? Really? Yeah, I mean, forget the whatever counting is involved. Numbers? We don't do numbers. We don't do numbers, no. Right? White Eurocentric version. I don't know. There's a few concerts coming up. There's several actually, especially like late summer, fall. Anyway, Kelly was like, well, what concert? I mean, I like you, but all right. Should we be but silent and not speak? Our raiment and state of bodies would bewray what life we have led since thy exile. Think with thyself how more unfortunate than all living women are we come hither, since that thy sight, which should make our eyes flow with joy, hearts dance. You guys are taunting me. In November, maybe I just go to Boston. All right. And you meant Boston, right? If I go to Boston, there's like I have to hang with Matt and to get away from him to go do something else and not involve him. That would be difficult, I think. Are we come hither since that thy sight, which should make our eyes flow with joy, hearts dance with comforts, constrains them, weep and shake with fear and sorrow, making the mother, wife, and child to see the son, the husband, and the father tearing his country's bowels out, and to pour we thine enmities most capital. Thou barrest our prayers to the gods, which is a comfort that all but we enjoy. For how can we, alas, how can we for our country pray? Whereto we are bound, together with thy victory, whereto are we bound? Alack, or we must lose the country, our dear nurse, or else thy person, our comfort in the country. We must find an evident calamity, though we had our wish, which side should win. For either thou must, as a foreign recreant, be led with manacles through our street, or else triumphantly tread on thy country's ruin, and bear the palm for having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood. For myself, son, I purpose not to wait on fortune till these wars determine. If I cannot persuade thee rather to show a noble grace to both parts than seek the end of one, thou shalt no sooner march to assault thy country than to trust to it. Thou shalt not, on my mother's womb, that brought thee to this world. I love that part. It's very like, I brought you into this world. That's my vibe I got from her. Also, in her character, she sends Coriolanus. Volumnia is Coriolanus' mother. Obviously, you gathered that. She sends Coriolanus to war for the first time when he's like 16. Now, there's the part where she's like making the mother, wife, and child see the son, the husband, the father tearing his country's bowels out. She's referring to his current wife and children, my grandchild, my daughter-in-law. So a lot has transpired since age 16. And yes, she was a tiger mom, and she was all like political and like, I see an opportunity here. I have a son that I could easily manipulate into be a war criminal, warmonger. I'm going to do that because it will benefit he and I and our family. But now when it's like he's become this war machine, and not only will he be what is victory? Raising, like, completely destroying the city? Is that victory? Is you going to prison victory? What is the end game here, Coriolanus? And by the way, son, I love that part. For myself, son, I purpose not to wait on fortune till these wars determine. Like, I'm gonna take this shit into my own hands. Thank you very much. It's funny because this is one of the, I need to stop flipping through this and actually figure out where this text is so I can read it and read the footnotes. Should I pull up the No Fear Shakespeare? Shake babies, not spears. Oh, this is such a good book. This is such a good book. They have like, it's like a whole history text before the any of the Shakespeare starts. And it has all the sonnets and everything else in it too. The comedies, no. This is definitely a tragedy. We're okay, I was trying to make this boring, right? Let's just pull up the No Fear Shakespeare, because books are, you have to actually flip through them. And this is, we're on page, I mean, it's close to 2,000 pages long. This textbook, no, 1,700 pages long. This textbook. So maybe I'll cheat and use the interwebs. Oh my God, there was a CD-ROM that came with this. Shakespeare on CD-ROM, it says. Oh my God, I'm dating myself. No Fear Shakespeare. I've taken to actually just saying it out loud before I type it in, because I feel like it's listening to me. And if I don't type it in right, or I'll just put N and it'll say No Fear Shakespeare because it's actually listening to me, right? No Fear Shakespeare. Let's see. Coriolanus. It's coming up. This says Spark Notes. That's not right, is it? Anyway, Act 5. What would be easier if I typed in Volumnia, probably. I mean, she does talk, but not like this long thing. Are you bored yet? Do you guys understand what she was saying? I guess my objective for going over this is I want to find the dramatic high point of this monologue, so I can build, and then know when to be dramatic. Is it the country's bows out? Is it that part where I go, blah? I'm thinking no. Are there multiple high and low points? Volumnia, not volumnius. Is this it? I could be wrong, but I feel like none of that sounds good. None of that sounds. It's not supposed to be good. It's not a. It's not a feel good moment. And I feel like as I recall, this is a real change in Volumnia's character because up until this point, she was that classic like um, deranged mother in which she's like triangulated every relationship that Coriolanus has ever, or it seems like, feels like that Coriolanus has ever had, like with his wife. Like, who are you, wife? I am his mother. You don't love him like I do. I have been with him his whole life. And then in this monologue, she's like, "And your wife?" She like uses the wife as, you know, to manipulate him, basically. Forget your mother, your wife, and child. Okay, I cannot find it. I'm not. Is this the same Spark Notes? And I feel like that's not. I feel like it's actually nofearshakespeare.com. No Fear Shakespeare. Shakespeare.com. Go. Cannot find page because it doesn't exist because I've completely made this thing up in my head. Should we be silent and not speak? Here it is. Here it is. And it is scene 3 and not scene 1. Like this is saying. I was correct. Scene 3. All right. Let's take the first line. Should we be silent and not speak? And I will let you guys go here after I'm done with this. This is taking way too long. And have to make some decisions and read this out loud a few more times. Should we be silent and not speak, our raiment and state of bodies would bewray what life we have led since thy exile. Basically, if we didn't even say anything, you should be able to look at us and see the horrible state we've been in since you've been exiled, right? That makes sense. What does they say? The No Fear says, even if we were silent and didn't speak, our clothing and the condition of our bodies would betray the lives we've led since your exile. Okay, we're on track. Think with thyself, how more unfortunate than all living women are we come hither, since that thy sight, which should make our eyes flow with joy, heart stands with comforts, constrains them weep, and shake with fear and sorrow. this is basically a really long sentence, but basically like and since we've been doing this, like, or since seeing you, is it seeing you? Um, we should be like joyful and happy, but we're crying and afraid and sad. Think how we three are worse off. So it is two children. No, it's Volumnia, daughter-in-law and child. Think how we three are worse off than all living women, because seeing you, a sight that should make our eyes flow with tears of joy and our hearts dance with relief, constrains our eyes from weeping and shakes our hearts with fear and sorrow. To make making the mother, wife, and child see the son, the husband, and father tearing his country's bowels out. Self-explanatory, right? Your hatred, let's see, this is saying, and to pour we thine enmity's most capital, thou barrest us our prayers to the gods, which is a comfort that all but we enjoy. Your hatred will kill us, poor people. You deny our prayers to the gods, which is the only comfort we have, and if we can't pray, and pray for our country, where will we go if you succeed? Where will we go? Where shall we bound? Where to are we bound together with thy victory? Where to are we bound? I think that should be that's pretty critical. Alack, or we must lose the country, our dear nurse, or else thy person, our comfort in the country. Either we must lose the country, our dear mother, or else we must lose you, our comfort in the country. We're screwed either way. We're gonna lose the country, we're gonna lose you. So we're gonna be out of a home or out of the husband, father, son. We will inevitably face tragedy. Here, I'm reading that from. We must find an evident calamity. We'll inevitably face tragedy. Though we had our wish, which side should win. We do have a wish for one side to win. Either we must find, oh, I'm sorry. For either thou must, as a foreign recreant, that's confusing, foreign recreant. Either you must, as a traitor, be led with hand, yes. Either thou must, as a foreign recreant, be led with manacles through our streets. So either you must, as a traitor, be led with handcuffs through our streets, or else triumphantly tread on thy country's ruin. Or triumphantly march on your ruined country and wear the medal and bear the palm for having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood. Or else triumphantly march on your ruined country and wear the medal for having bravely shed your wife and children's blood. There is supposedly, Susan was telling me, there is a version of Coriolanus that was done. I'll tell you that in a second, and I want to watch it, and maybe you'll be inspired to, although I'm thinking probably not. I think I've scared you all, if you're even still here, away from Shakespeare for a good long time to come. With manacles through our street, triumphantly tread on thy country's ruin, and bear the palm for having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood. So you'll be awarded for slaughtering us. For myself, son, I purpose not to wait on fortune. So if I can't persuade you to reach a noble compromise with both sides, rather than seek total destruction, either the country or yourself, when you march to assault, your country will be your country, to assault your country, you'll be treading, and believe me about this, on your mother's womb, which brought you into this world. So if I cannot persuade thee rather to show noble grace to both parts than seek the end of one, thou shalt no sooner march to assault thy country than to tread, trust to it, thou shalt not, on thy mother's womb that brought you into this world. Okay, so you either find a peaceful resolution to this shit, or you die, or your mom dies. The stakes are pretty high. And I feel like that, on thy mother's womb that brought you into this world, that's pretty intense. I don't know. I'm trying to picture myself as a son. What do you think? Sons out there, if your mom said that to you, a mom that has had not only just your mom, but a mom that has had an unusually intense influence on your life up until this point, what do you think? Apparently, there is a Coriolanus version. Is anybody here? Is Andrew? Anybody still here listening? There is a Coriolanus play redone with Gerard Butler, yum, in it, and apparently it's set in modern times, and the soldiers, the Romans or whatever, are police, and it's a police line, and this is what Susan. Well, I mean, she is crazy. She's nutty because, I mean, really, feel like she's gotten everyone into this situation from the beginning by like creating a monster called Coriolanus. But now when her life and her grandchild's life and her daughter-in-law's life is on the line, and also Coriolanus's life, everybody lives are on the line at this point. She's like, wake up. And I feel like at the end, like they kind of like treat her like she was the one that turned it around, which doesn't really happen in Shakespeare. Like, generally women aren't treated as important characters, or at least have political any kind of political sway. Coriolanus movie? Is it a movie? Anyway, she was saying that 2011. I need to watch it. Oh my god. Vanessa Redgrave, Jessica Chastain, Ralph Fiennes is Coriolanus. Anyway, according to Susan, the soldiers are. It was like extremely relevant. True, Lalo. Which is the awesome thing about Shakespeare, because it's classic. You can put it in modern times and not change. Like, apparently in Coriolanus they don't change anything. It's the same words, but obviously the setting and the costumes tell a lot of the story, and it was in modern times. And then, like, as the movie opens, it says, in a city that calls itself Rome, which, when you think about it, like, here in the West anyway, we're often we often like compare ourselves to Rome, or at least in a way. Like this ideal of democracy and civilization, right? That's what Rome is supposed to symbolize. Anyway, and it opens up where they have Othello. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad though. Um it's I always I always whatever play I'm thinking of that at that particular moment is my favorite, I think. But apparently the soldiers are police officers, and they're all like in a line, and they have their like the riot gear. They're all in like riot gear, and they have like these riot shields, and um they start beating their police shields in unison. And Susan said when they start doing that, you're like, oh my god, it is like Roman. They're like Roman soldiers. They're like the Roman army, but they're police in riot gear. So, but it works. I'm gonna have to watch it just for that, for the Lemnia scene at the very end. All right, homework. The war drama Coriolanus, originally written by Shakespeare, but who is it directed by? Directed by and starring Ralph Fiennes. How do you pronounce his last name? Fiennes? You guys know what guy I'm talking about. I'll show his picture. Ew! Look at this. No wonder I haven't seen it. It's bloody. Fines. I knew Andrew would know. Have you seen it? Yes. Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah. Completely different role. Check it. Oh my god. I'm scared. He's Coriolanus. Oh, here's an article from Coriolanus Review. Ralph Fiennes, Gerard Butler gives Shakespeare adaptation a bloody, breaking news appeal. Let's watch it. I mean, not right now. I have to go to the grocery store. I haven't gone in a week. Oh my god, my internet. I'm excited. All right, I won't be on again until Tuesday. I have to work on this. I feel like there's probably a couple of high points in this. I feel like the part where she's like, "Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? We have nowhere. You won't even let us pray for our country." What country? Where are we gonna go? We either lose our country or we lose you. Or you kill us or be imprisoned. I know what side I want. I know what side I hope to win, but I'm not waiting around. I purpose not to wait on fortune till these wars determine. If I cannot persuade thee. What do you think, guys? Are you scared? Are you scared for me? I am scared for me. For myself, son. I purpose not to wait on fortune till these wars determine. If I cannot persuade thee rather to show a noble grace to both parts than seek the end of one, thou shalt no sooner march to assault thy country than to tread, trust it, thou shalt not on thy mother's womb that brought thee to this world. I'm going to let you go. Okay, I have antibiotics to take and monologues to rehearse. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on... I'm going to have to do it, whether I can or not. I'm on my way. I'm doing it. Oh, and I have to make a costume too, but that's my other role that only has 2 lines that I say, "This lantern doth the moon represent, and I, the man in the moon." All right. I love you guys. I'll see